Picture this. Your players are trembling. Their characters are staring into the glowing, hollow sockets of a creature that defies death itself. A dragon. But not just any dragon. A Dracolich. Bones wreathed in necrotic energy, wings that blot out the sun, and a mind so cunning that it's been plotting for centuries. This isn't just a monster. It's a force of nature. A villain that can anchor any D&D campaign. But here's the truth. Most DMs screw this up. They throw a Dracolich as a big bad and expect it to work, when in reality it doesn't. Running a Dracolich as your campaign villain takes planning, finesse, and a touch of madness. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you how to make your Dracolich the most terrifying, unforgettable villain your players will ever face. Let's dive in. I'm Grim, and I like good story. First, let's get one thing straight. A Dracolich isn't just a zombie dragon. It's a dragon that chose to cheat death. In D&D lore, a Dracolich is a dragon that's willing to undergo a dark ritual, binding its soul to a phylactery. Think of Voldemort's Horcrux, but with scales, or bone in this case, and a breath weapon. This isn't nearly impossible to kill. Well, it makes them nearly impossible to kill. You can slay the body, but the soul, it just finds a new one. An ancient red dragon, a black dragon, it doesn't matter. The Dracolich is smarter, deadlier, and obsessed with power. In D&D 5e, a Dracolich stat block is a CR17 nightmare with legendary actions, necrotic damage, and a lair that's basically a death trap. But stats alone won't make your campaign epic. You need to make this personal. So here's why Dracolich is perfect for your campaign's big bad, or at least a period in your campaign. 1, they're versatile. They can be schemers, warlords, apocalyptic threats. 2, they're terrifying. Imagine a dragon's power with the undead resilience. 3, they're practically immortal. Your players can't just stab at it and call it a day. A Dracolich forces them to think, plan, and face their own morality. But here's the catch. A Dracolich isn't just a boss fight, it's a story. And if you don't build that story right, your campaign will crash and burn. Or just be underwhelming. So how do you do it? Let's break it down. Step 1. Craft the Dracolich's backstory. Every great villain needs a motive. Why did this dragon become a Dracolich? Was it greed, fear, revenge? Let's say your Dracolich was an ancient red dragon betrayed by its own kin. They were sealed within a volcano, thinking it would die. But the Dracolich made a pact with a dark god. It could be Tiamat, it could be Orcus, and became a Dracolich just to get revenge or survive. Now, centuries later it's back, and it wants to burn the world that forgot it. Give your Dracolich a reason to exist. Maybe it's controlling souls to ascend to godhood. Maybe it's building an undead empire. Whatever it is, make it personal to the party. Tie the Dracolich's past to one of your players, a paladin's holy order that sealed it away, a wizard's mentor who stole its treasure. Make it hurt. Step 2. Build the Dracolich's influence. A Dracolich doesn't just sit in a cave waiting for heroes. It's a mastermind. A Dracolich should have agents everywhere, cultists, necromancers, even possessed kings. Early in the campaign, drop hints. A village is burned to ash, with the claw marks faintly glowing with this dark necrotic energy. A noble hiring the party to retrieve a lost artifact that actually is the Dracolich's phylactery. Use minions like the Death Knights or liches or lower level liches to do its bidding. Show the players that this thing's influence is everywhere. One trick is give the Dracolich a signature. Maybe every corpse left in its wake has its eyes burnt out specifically. Creepy, memorable, and it builds dread, slowly seeping in the Dracolich's influence. Not everything has to have the Dracolich around, but when those moments happen, they see the Dracolich's calling card. By level 5, your players should know something big is coming, and by level 10, they should be terrified. Step 3. Make the Dracolich unforgettable. Here's where most DMs mess up. They make the Dracolich a generic monster. You need to give the Dracolich a personality. This thing isn't just evil, it's arrogant, it's cunning, and maybe even charismatic. Have it speak to the party through visions or possessed NPCs. Give it a voice that's deep, mocking, dripping with content. You think you can stop me? I've outlived empires. Use its intelligence. A Dracolich knows its party's weaknesses. Maybe it kidnaps the cleric's family or bribes the rogue with forbidden knowledge. And don't forget its lair. A Dracolich's lair should be a nightmare. It could be ordained, it could be beautiful, or it could be, I don't know, think of a ruined castle or a ruined citadel floating in a sea of lava filled with undead minions and traps that drain your hit points. You can look at the monster manual page 83 for lair actions, like necrotic fog or animated bones. You can make it epic. Step 4. The phylactery hunt. Here's the truth, you can't kill a Dracolich without destroying its phylactery. This is your campaign's backbone, or would be the story arc's backbone. The phylactery could be a gem-encrusted skull hidden within a demiplane. It could be guarded by a sphinx, or maybe it splits into 3 pieces held in different parts of a cult leader, or spread throughout the planet or the realm, where the players would have to go and look for it. Make finding and destroying it a quest that spans multiple levels, maybe from 10 to 15. Throw in a few dilemmas. Maybe the phylactery is tied to a city's water supply and destroying it will kill thousands. Or maybe a player's mentor is guarding it under a gears. This forces tough choices and keeps the Dracolich's threat alive, even when it's not on screen. Never let the players find the phylactery too early. Tease it, but keep it out of reach right until the pinnacle or the climax. Step 5. The final showdown. The final battle with the Dracolich should be legendary. Set it at whichever level you feel comfortable, because every party is different when it comes to their power level and what they're capable of. You could use any Dracolich stat block if you want. Adult Red one is a decent one as well. I personally like letting the Dracolich be able to cast spells. I feel like it adds a lot more to the creature itself, and it's acquired knowledge over time. You know, buff it if your party is too strong, add legendary resistance, an extra one if you need to, or a custom necrotic breath that inflicts exhaustion if your party is really that strong. The fight should happen in the Dracolich's lair. The environmental hazards like collapsing pillars or rivers of necrotic sludge. But here's the key, make it personal. The Dracolich should taunt the party, calling out their failures. You let that village burn, Paladin. You are no hero. Use its legendary actions to keep the pressure on. Tail sweeps, wing gusts, or summoning undead minions. And don't forget the twist, if the players destroy the body, but not the phylactery, the Dracolich's soul escapes, setting a sequel or another part where they have to keep earning the victory. A Dracolich isn't just a main villain, it's a symbol. Use the Dracolich to explore themes like morality, power, or betrayal. Maybe the campaign asks, what would you sacrifice to live forever? Or, can you fight a system that's already broken? Tie the Dracolich's actions to the world's history. Maybe it destroyed an ancient kingdom, and its ruins are now in a PC's hometown. Or maybe its rise signals a prophecy that threatens all life. By the end, defeating the Dracolich should feel like saving the world, or at least changing it forever. Running a Dracolich as your campaign's main villain isn't just about running a cool monster. It's about creating a story your players will think about and talk about for years to come. A Dracolich isn't just a pile of stats, it's a schema, a symbol, a nightmare. Build its influence, make it personal. Craft a finale that leaves their jaws on the floor. The real truth is that most DMs will struggle to pull this off. But you've got the tools now, so go out there, unleash your Dracolich, and make your campaign legendary. If you found this guide useful, drop a comment with your own Dracolich ideas. I was thinking of putting together a guide on how to run this, like step by step. Let me know also in the comments if you want me to make something like that. But yeah, until next time, like and subscribe, and keep the dice rolling. Peace.